right now, when we change from November into December, something is changing up above us as well. Saturn is stationing direct. If you don't know what that means, don't worry. This is a time to move forward. In today's video, we are going to talk about Saturn, Neptune, and the sign of Pisces. But we will also take a look at Mercury and what he's doing up there. Here, right by the ocean, we are very much in the realm of Neptune. When I think about the sign Pisces that's ruled by Neptune, I often think about the ocean. Neptune is very much connected to the ocean and the sea. If you have a strong Neptunian influence, that would say you have a lot of planets in the sign of Pisces. If you have a lot of planets in your 12th house. If Neptune is connected to one of the angles of your horoscope, you will feel some sort of connection to this element, to the oceans, to the feeling of knowing that everything is connected. You know, the ocean has waves, and Neptune knows that all the waves are special, all the waves are unique, but they are all part of the same ocean. And this notion of being a part of something bigger, the longing for belonging to something, Neptune is very much linked to otherworldliness, something artistic. You know, the feelings you can get when you listen to some special music, the feeling I can get here in nature when looking at the ocean and the snow. With Neptune, we have a lot of compassion, empathy, but we also can fall into martyrdom and sacrifices. Neptunians can also, unfortunately, be drawn to drugs and get addictions if they don't find another way, another place to get this sense of belonging to something that's greater and bigger than ourselves, our small lives. If we look at the larger picture of Neptune, we can see that Neptune has been at the anaretic degree, that's 29 degrees of Pisces, from the 21st of October this year. The anaretic degree is a critical point. It's the end of a cycle, it's about completions and new beginnings. And of course, this is not any critical point, it's the last sign of the zodiac into the first. This is the start of a new era. Neptune will leave Pisces for good on the 27th of January 2026. Neptune will not be back in Pisces for another 165 years. Saturn is now in Neptune's realm, so to speak. Saturn is a planet of limitations. He is boundaries, he's about structures, he's about building something that lasts the tests of time. Saturn can make us feel inadequate, that we will never be good enough. He's putting us to the test, he's testing us. We could also look at it with some kind of fatherly love. He's trying to make us stronger. He's trying to make us realize something, build something for ourselves. And now, when we have Saturn here in the element of water, we could see that it's endless. It has to be a very difficult place for Saturn to be in. He cannot tame the ocean. It's not possible. How we experience Saturn here in Pisces could be very different. You could have felt that there has been some obstacle in your life, something weighing you down, something you can't work your way through, something that frightens you, that you want to fight against, something that's holding you back. Saturn is about structure, it's about building, it's about defenses. And perhaps you feel like there is something you need to break out of, or it could be the other way around, that there is something breaking your own defenses.
I have captured the movements of Neptune and Saturn from this summer. When the numbers are red, that indicates the planets are moving backwards.
And when planets move backwards, it's like you're invited to do some inner work, to reflect, to grow and evolve. It's a good time to pick up on things that you have been putting under the carpet, things that needs cleaning out, clearing the air. So you see, this experience, how we experience Saturn in the sign of Pisces, depends on a lot of different things. But the common fact for everyone is this fight between freedom and borders. That's really prominent now in this time. It's all about to change now because Saturn is going direct. It is moving towards Aries.
And look at that, Mercury comes around too.
We can't forget about Mercury because he's helping us when we are moving towards Christmas. Mercury is the messenger. It's a planet that helps us to find information, to make connections, see patterns.
As we change from November into December, both Mercury and Saturn are going direct.
We had a little bit of time with Saturn in Aries earlier this year, and that could give us a taste of what's to come. It could be frightening, but it could also be really great. If you think November has been a hard month, it's been slow and dreadfully hard to get through, I have good news for you. You know, this summer looks like it's very long gone now. But during this summer, both the planet Saturn and Neptune were in the sign of Aries. It was just for a short period of time before they started to go retrograde and move backwards again. Neptune only got to the very last degree of Pisces, the anaretic degree, 29 degrees. But Saturn is much faster than Neptune. So Saturn has moved all the way back to 25 degrees of Pisces.
Do you have any planets at 25 or 29 degrees Pisces? This celestial event is also active in your chart if you have any planets in 25 or 29 degrees of Virgo, Gemini, or Sagittarius, any of the mutual signs. I can give you some dates to go on for the Sun in your chart. So if you're born around 15th to 20th of March, your Sun is here in Pisces. It's also active if you were born around 18th to the 22nd of September, 16th to 21st of December, or 16th to 21st of June.
But of course, as I said in the beginning of the video, now something is happening and Saturn is moving forward again. And as we looked at in the big picture, what Neptune is about, new cycles, hopes and dreams for humanity. And I think we have a good chance now. And I will tell you why. One of the drawbacks or the darker sides of Neptune is that it can give us illusions of things that aren't really true. We can want to believe something so much. We can drift away into daydreaming and never really get anywhere. And Saturn is the other way around. He wants us to get real. He wants us to build, to be structured, and take responsibility. So, do you see how these planets can help us together? Neptune is giving us all these dreams, the new visions for our future, for the future of everyone. And Saturn comes along and says, okay, that's great. You have all these visions and dreams, but you don't do anything. You just sit there in a chair looking in the sky. It's not going to make it happen. So Saturn pushes us. He pushes us out of that chair. We cannot just sit around and wait for things to drop into our laps. We have to do something. We have to get real. We have to make the dream come true.